This week, Republicans in the Texas House will meet to vote on who they would like to endorse as the chamber's next speaker. The current speaker, Dade Phelan, is facing a challenge from fellow state representative David Cook. But could other candidates emerge in this contest for power? We're joined this afternoon by our Capitol correspondent, Ryan Chandler, who's been tracking this for us. Ryan, thank you for being here. All sorts of drama to dive into with this particular race. So at this point, can either Phelan or Cook say they have enough votes to secure that spot?
Well, both of them are saying that, which is interesting, but it's not clear that either actually do. You need 53 votes to be chosen as the Republican nominee for that caucus. We know that Cook has a list of 47, so he's almost there, but if you ask Phelan or any of his allies, they also say they're confident that he has the votes to be speaker. He hasn't presented a list of Republicans, and what gets difficult for Phelan is his path to victory to maintain the speaker's gavel certainly runs through the Democrats. He's simply not going to get a majority of Republican support, given that 47 people have already pledged support to David Cook. So he's going to need to keep all the 62 Democrats together and get, a dozen or so Republicans to stick with him. Looks like he could do that, but he's not going to get through this Republican caucus vote with the endorsement of his party. So that's where things get pretty dramatic and interesting.
It could. There's a lot of intra-party fighting there. But speaking of the Democrats, how might they factor into the reasons that Dade Phelan is, facing such pushback from his own party?
Yeah, it's kind of counterintuitive that any Democrat would want to support Dade Phelan, because if you look at just his record on paper, he has presided over some of the most conservative sessions in Texas history. He presided over the abortion ban, over billions of dollars to the border, over permitless carry of firearms. You name the conservative policy, Dade Phelan has his hands all over it. Now, the reason Democrats would prefer him as speaker to any other Republican is he's been very willing to work with Democrats and has favored some nonpartisan or bipartisan priorities. He also appoints Democrats to chairmanships, which is something that Republicans want to end, and David Cook has said he would if he's elected speaker. So for the Democrats, they know that they're not going to get their own speaker, but you kind of choose the best bad option if you're a Democrat, and that's Dade Phelan for them.
Yeah, and I'm seeing some of these reactions from other members within the House there, including Ellen Troxclair today, saying she's voting for David Cook to support him because he does not want any Democratic chairs for the committees. But really, how likely do you think it is that other candidates might emerge in this race for House Speaker?
Well, with no clear winner from Cook or Phelan, we are hearing some rumblings around the Capitol that there may be a third consensus Republican to throw their hat into the ring at the last second. I don't know who that would be yet, but with this kind of void, you could see how there may be a Republican who may see an opportunity. There are also two Democrats who have put their name in the race for speaker. They're not going to win, but they may be able to pull off some Democratic votes, which would be a danger for Phelan, who really wants to keep all those together.
And the House Republican vote happens this weekend, right?
On the 7th, yes, this Saturday.
Okay, we are going to be tracking that. I know you'll be following it closely, but thank you for joining us this afternoon, as always.
Thanks, Will.
We appreciate it, too.